building of Stonehenge. It's killing me that no one knows why it was built 5,000 years ago. Why did they build the Stonehenge? How could they raise the stone so high, completely without the technology? We have to die.
What's up, guys?
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America. We're back here again today with that one dude.
It's your boys, Charlie and Willie.
Back again at the Attention Deficit Podcast. What's up? Smash that like button.
Minus the pop filters. Holy.
Holy shit, you should see the wavelength over here. It's all fucked up. Look at that.
I apologize to anyone's ears who were hurt in the making of this film. I am sick, if you can't tell.
I am not. I just got over being sick.
You're perpetually sick.
No.
No, dude, you're sick.
Bro, totally rad. All right.
To get started, I wanted to apologize for last week.
Oh, your mic?
My
Or
mic,
whatever?
our video, everything.
Oh, yeah.
The fucking set was off. It was awful.
Yeah,
It was a
just
fantastic. It was a very familiar start to a podcast. That's for sure.
yeah, definitely early stages of the AD podcast.
Reminiscent. Even though we've never not had difficulty doing something.
Yeah, there's always some problem, which hopefully there's not really much of one this week.
Yeah, that'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It'll probably be in post production editing. You'll be like, well, for some reason the file deleted itself, created an AI, and the AI is slowly taking over the internet. I don't know what happened. I'm just like, well, our luck.
Whatever.
But so yeah, so that was bad. The video didn't show up, and my mic was like down somehow. I mean, I can already tell it's like fucking 80% louder.
Yeah, I can tell. Is it the cut on it?
Yeah, there's two
there was
switches.
the cut.
One looks like an L in a straight line, and the other one looks like a
I think one's
0 and -10.
It's like treble cut or bass boost or something like that. It might have been what was off or on.
Whatever it was, you barely could hear me.
Yeah,
At
barely. I listened to it and I was like, "What did he just say?" Like,
Exactly.
holy shit!
Like most of it. Like,
I did not think it was that bad until
Yeah,
I went back.
I was like, dude, something's wrong with my mic. I was just listening to it, and you were like, nah, it's probably like shitty sound or something. And I was like, no, something's wrong with it.
Nah.
But yeah, that's it for this week. We make the same joke every week. Obviously, it's not over. You're like, wait, it's not. So
no, I heard that air conditioning was like.
yeah, I know. We heard it kick on last week. If you remember, it was
yeah.
like.
Yeah, you can't hear it in the headphones though. It's not that loud.
Which is good. But I turned off the fucking humidifier, which is what we heard last week too.
Yeah.
So all kinds of issues. But I made sure I redid these things. If you can't tell behind me, we're missing a piece. There's also another piece missing, but you can't see probably. We'll get those filled eventually.
Eventually.
Avengers.
I don't know where we are gonna be able to find just like 2 though.
No, we'll get like shit done.
We'll get a shit ton. Just cover these fucking walls.
Cover the wall.
That'd be sweet. Just like everything. That'd be sick.
Including the desk. Just like we yell and like you don't hear anything. We're like. Anybody who's listening to the podcast is like, what just happened?
What the fuck?
Did the audio cut out for the 50th fucking time? Like, come on, dude. No.
Yeah, my little cousin will be. I just noticed something.
Who was the guy? What?
My laptop isn't plugged into shit. But it's cool. We have like 97%.
Oh, lit. So it'll be dead like right before we finish it.
Yeah.
No. Who was that guy on Facebook who was like, I need more?
He's my cousin.
That's your cousin?
Yeah, he's
Lil
like
Tay?
he's like 16 years old or something.
Lil Tay?
Lil Tay.
Lil Tay. Just kidding. What was his name? It was something like
Caleb.
odd.
Caleb Sermasevis.
That's not odd at all.
Yeah.
Like I thought the first
I
name
mean,
was like,
Sermasevis is pretty.
yeah, that's a little weird, but
But
I've heard worse.
yeah,
like
he's
Butler.
my little cousin. Guess what his nickname is?
Lil Tay?
Fucking Willie.
Oh, that's right.
So yeah.
You have a cousin whose nickname's Willie because his middle name's like William, right?
Yeah. And so
I remember.
every time I go to their house, my cousin, who is his mom, would be like, "Hey, Willie," and I'd be like, "What?"
You're like, I'm right here.
Yeah.
What do you need, Grandma? Aunt?
I do it at least once every time.
Auntie.
I'll be like, yeah, and she's like, no, I was talking to Caleb. I'm
She's like, I was
"Oh,
talking to
okay."
the one I care about.
My dad used to call him Kilo. Don't know why.
Kilo?
But yeah.
That's awesome.
But he gets like super super embarrassed now.
Shout out
if
to
we call him
Kilo.
that. Shout out to Kilo. Thanks for watching, buddy.
Click that smash button, like that subscribe bell, ding those clickers. Anyways, we're gonna get into it this week. I have a couple things. I'm gonna start off with something light. You just watched Game Night,
Yeah.
and I wanted to talk about that because I love that movie.
Oh, it's great.
We watched it when it was in theaters, and I was like, "This is actually really good, solid comedy. That doesn't happen anymore."
Yeah,
Holy
I
shit.
wanted to see it when it was in theaters, but I just noticed like I opened up my thing that has all of those movies on it.
Yeah, the paid for 100%, not,
Yeah, and
Don't worry, government.
and I opened it and it was like Game Night, and I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna watch this. And I made some soup and I watched it.
That sounds like a good day.
Yeah, it wasn't
Honestly,
that bad.
sounds like a good day. You're like, I want to watch this. I'm gonna watch it. I make soup and I watch it.
Yeah.
That's a great day, right
It was good.
there. Yeah, my day involved moving around dead bodies all night. Shitty. I mean,
I could move around dead bodies. Like I could come home and say that one day.
do you like deal with that?
Yeah. When the morgue is closed, we do it.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
so.
fucking weird.
Mhm.
That's really weird.
But it's
Yeah.
something. I think it's something I can deal with. I mean,
Yeah, once they're already dead, that's not bad.
yeah,
If you're there when they die, that's a
Uh-huh.
little different. But
yeah.
like, a dead body is pretty bad though. All the funerals I've been to, I never cried until I fucking saw the dead body. And I'm
Uh-huh.
like, why are they moving? Ah! Like, I always freak out when I see dead bodies.
Dog, did I tell you?
Shit.
I don't know if I want to tell this story on the podcast, but I do at the same time.
Oh
Did I tell you what happened at my brother's funeral?
no.
Dog, it was the most heartbreaking shit.
Yeah.
So it was like, I walked up, like, cause there was like a special viewing for family, like right before. And so I walked up and was like, oh fuck. And I was like, feeling sad and
Yeah.
stuff. And then, my aunt and my cousin are walking in with my mom, and my mom just like sees a glance of him, turns around, falls, and they're like holding her and like trying to make her to go up, and she's just like, no, and I'm like, oh shit.
God damn.
Yeah, it was fucking, oh man, that's so bad. I never want to see anyone like that, like
Yeah, no
ever
shit.
again. Holy shit.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
That's so fucked. More importantly, game night. Just kidding. That's not-
Talking about starting off light,
Yeah.
But-
Starting off on a good high note, glass half full type shit right here.
but game night, yeah.
I can't continue with this story until I ask you why you have a giant red dot on your arm.
It's acne, okay? I don't know.
Oh, it's a fucking arm? Fucking alien?
Dude.
Like
Yesterday it was like a little dot, like a little red dot, and I was like, oh,
pale blue dot.
what the fuck is that? And then I was like sitting there this morning. I woke up and I bent my arm and I felt like something hurt, and I looked over and it was just this huge fucking zit, and I was like, ah!
Here, do that one more time louder.
Ah!
You ever seen that movie where like this chick is like sleeping? Well, she wakes up and she has a big ass.
Don't
like,
say anything
fucking-
about spiders.
She
No.
pops in spiders.
God
It's
damn
fucking.
it.
It's spiders. And the
Yes.
spiders destroy her face, and she takes glass and digs them out of her face. She ends up dying.
Yeah,
Or maybe she doesn't. I don't fucking remember that.
Yeah,
dumbass
I've
movie.
seen that movie.
That's a stupid ass movie.
Yep.
But
It
I
was
do
really
remember
dumb.
like being absolutely.
Someone
terrified.
died in like a tanning bed in that movie. Some dude pissed on an electrical fence, got his dick blown off.
No,
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
a lot of shit. But
Is that
that
Final
is like
Destination?
a big no.
Yeah, no, that's a big fear of fucking anyone who's
Yeah.
ever seen and or
Big
thought
thing.
of that.
That and fucking a spider getting in my ear is like, oh fuck, makes
Good
my skin
spiders
crawl.
can't get in there right now.
That's true. I'll just wear
Because they're
earmuffs
already
when I
in there.
sleep.
Yeah.
Game
so, Game night. It's a wonderful comedy. If anyone hasn't seen it, we highly recommend Game Night. What would you give that movie? 1 to 10.
Probably like a 7. I'd say a solid 7.
I'd give it a 7.5.
Yeah,
And
I was gonna
that's-
say 7.5.
If I go off just the genre, I'd give it like an 8.
Well, first of all, you got Jason Bateman, which is
Hell.
already like
Yes.
a 9 out of 10 actor.
Who's
like I
that?
love him.
Is
He's
that
the main guy.
character?
Yeah,
Okay, that's what I thought. I just couldn't remember. his
love
name.
that guy. He's from Arrested Development.
Yeah, he's impressive.
yes,
He's
he's
a
very
funny
good.
guy.
And then Rachel McAdams, who was surprisingly funny.
Yeah, she was. Who's Rachel? Just kidding. No, everybody was really good in that movie. The storyline was really like not. Like I thought it was gonna be like, oh okay, it's game night, but it turns out real. Oh no.
Yeah.
But no, it was like fuck plot twist, plot twist. Plot
Yeah,
twist.
there was plot twists
twist,
everywhere. I
plot twist,
loved
plot
it. It was awesome.
And
it
the
kept
fucking
you like
who was your favorite character in the whole movie?
the whole movie.
A to Z shit. Who was your favorite? Who was your favorite?
In the whole movie.
The whole movie.
Either fuck. That's good.
I mean, I know my answer.
What's your answer? Tell me yours.
fucking
first.
state trooper guy?
Yeah.
He was amazing.
The neighbor?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He's
My
from-
favorite scene was still the one that they had in the trailer, where he's like standing there and he's like, "Come on in," and then just fucking goes out of the doorway, and they're like,
Do we go in?
"Did he
Like-
just invite us in?" What? And they just walk in. Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah, that guy was great. It'd either be him or the main guy for me.
Yeah, the main guy was great. I especially. Well, go ahead.
The Denzel shit was so funny.
That was like, how did they get someone to look that much like Denzel Washington just with a fucking bigger nose?
Yeah, that's so
Like,
crazy.
honest to God, when that first played, I was like, that looks like Denzel.
I was like, is that actually?
Is
they
that
got
actually
they got
him?
Denzel for this,
And then I was
like,
like, oh no, here we go. Fuck it.
Whatever.
We're just gonna move it right there. The other one's
Whatever.
probably gonna fucking fall.
I told you it might fall because you took it off and put it back on. I was
Well.
like, is that gonna stay? Whatever.
I fucking did
But,
that to all these curtains we have up too. But let's hope to God they don't fall. Just like cover the lens, and we're like, all right, we're still going.
All right, whatever. But yeah, that Denzel shit was so funny. I was like, oh shit. And then he's like, honey, that's not Denzel. I was like, oh fuck.
That is amazing.
And then he was like cool with it. Like after he's like, yeah.
He's like, oh,
That I was like, huh?
yeah, right.
It's like I still would have been kind of mad. Like,
I would too, but
and the one dude, the younger guy, he was really funny too.
oof.
The guy that was like dating the
He
older
was.
chick.
He was
Yeah,
funny.
he was
and the
really
older
funny.
chick was funny. I
Yeah.
was impressed.
When they
The
they got-
B-list characters on the whole movie were like actually really good.
Yeah. When they got to the Fight Club part. And he's like so excited.
He's like, I fucking. He reminds me of Quentin.
Yeah. And
Like,
he
perfect. Like,
and
really.
everyone walks upstairs and he's like with that glow on his face as he walks toward it. And she's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "It could be down here." Ends up it was, but
right behind
And
everyone.
I love when they open the safe and the thing's like there, the egg, and he's like right again. I was like, that's amazing.
That was really funny. He was an excellent character. Why is it keep? You hear that pop?
Yeah.
Check your.
Yeah, I was doing that earlier. Or last time, remember? It wasn't in the final thing. I don't know why it's doing that.
I don't remember.
It's gotta be.
I don't know what this shit. Hello, we'll stop messing with it before I lose volume again. So yeah, game night was excellent. Fucking Michael C. Hall ended up being in there at the last minute. That's who plays Dexter.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
He was great in his very small.
That was such a
role.
good surprise. I was
Yeah,
like, man.
same dude. I had no idea he was
first-
in that fucking movie.
Honestly, at first I thought it was Tom Brady. He looks so
He
much
did
like
look-
Tom Brady. I was
He
like,
did,
what the
especially
fuck?
with the hat.
Yeah,
He looks just like him,
yeah.
which is weird because he doesn't look like him. I don't think much at all. But in
Yeah,
that movie, he
normally
really
without
looked
the
like him.
beard and just normal guy in his regular in his hair from Dexter, it's like that does not look like Tom Brady. But the way he looked in that movie, he looked like fucking Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Like,
Which is odd, but that's okay. We're okay with oddities.
and then at the end when the credits rolled, and then like it shows that dude's like basement. It has like the red strings.
That
and
was
shit.
amazing.
I was like,
I was
oh,
like
man.
10 out of fucking 10.
It's so good.
that actor's really good too, because he was on Black Mirror. He played this fucking creepy ass dude. You just gotta see it. Have you ever watched Black Mirror yet? That's
But is the one dude that's on Gotham on it? The kid that plays the Joker on Gotham. He's like,
what about him?
is he on Black Mirror? Do you know who I'm talking about?
Maybe, I don't remember if he
Look him
is. I know who you're talking about.
You do?
Yeah, but I don't know if he's in Black Mirror.
It might have been the guy from Game Night because they kind of look similar to me. But
What episode was it? Do you have any idea what
I
he
don't
looked
remember.
like?
I
what
just
he was doing?
remember there was like a deserty era. It might have just been the guy from the Game Night. But
Couldn't tell you.
I don't
Oh,
know.
were they? Did they have like blasters or something?
they might have.
That's the guy.
Okay.
He's like extra. He's like a little tubby in that show for some reason. I mean, he was. I guess he was.
Yeah, I've seen that guy in a few things, and he's always like so funny. He's so funny in that movie. Just
Yeah.
how creepy he was.
Yeah, he was
So, like,
super creepy in Black Mirror too.
the part where they're at his house and he's like, do you have a bathroom? He's like, yeah, it's down there by our my bedroom. It's like, yes.
My.
Then he just goes back to being sad as shit. Just like,
Everyone's like,
and
He's got a
then
shrine to her.
the one girl's like, tell me about your wife, and he's like,
Everyone's like,
yeah, like, holy shit.
he's like, I would fucking love to. But yeah, Game Night was solid, fucking super good comedy. I was really impressed.
It was like one of those movies that looked like, oh, okay, it's gonna be cheap comedy, but then it wasn't.
It wasn't. I was like,
Yeah.
good job, people, whoever people were. Now I want to tell you about Planet Earth. I told you we were watching that show, did I?
Yeah.
It's amazing. Anyone at home, all 16 of you listening, you gotta watch Planet Earth on Netflix. That shit is amazing. Me and my girlfriend have been watching it. We're on like episode 5 or some shit. And there's some crazy ass shit that actually happens every day. Multiple times a day, even. It's fucking bad shit. We saw a jaguar take down a crocodile with ease. It was just like drug it up a fucking tree. Insane. We saw there was a clip actually on Facebook for a long time, like a while ago when it first came out, of this like iguana looking lizard running away from like thousands of snakes that were coming out of nowhere. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
It was intense as shit. That was from that show.
Oh shit.
That show was intense as fuck.
I'm just like, how do they capture that shit? That's like
right?
what
There's so
fucking-
many fucking crazy
There
shit.
has to be some guy like all the time, just like, all right, I know it's gonna fucking happen.
Exactly. That's what they do. They
Like,
actually
sit there
captured
for
footage of
hours.
snow leopards, which I'm sure has been done, just not a lot at all. I think they have like 20 minutes of footage ever, but now they have like way more. They have like fights between snow leopards. It's insane, and because it's just rare, that's why.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a lynx was hunting in the snow, and it would just jump really fucking high and like dive into the snow and just into the snow, like trying to get like a mouse from under the snow because it could hear the mouse breathing.
Oh shit.
Mouse breathing. It was insane. It would just be like woo, and then it would just sit there, and I'm like,
Did
okay.
it get it?
Sometimes. A lot of times no, because the snow was so deep. There was this fucking, have you ever heard of birds of paradise?
Maybe.
It's a type of bird, I guess, called bird of paradise.
Okay.
It's where the males look fucking insane. They look crazy,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
and the females look like normal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know
there
what
was
you're
a few
talking
of them that were like doing dances and shit for these females, literally like wiggling their butts and shit. Had like whiskers off their butts. It was really weird, and it was funny. But there was one that started clearing this patch of like forest ground, just throwing shit, like grab shit with his beak and just chuck it back, just like woo woo, and it cleared this whole like square foot area, and then got this like little tree, completely cleared it of leaves and shit, and then was at the bottom of the tree, called for a female comes, sits at the top of the tree, and then it goes whoosh, and this fucking crazy ass like crown comes out of nowhere, like from under his chin. It's a lime, like neon green, and it's fucking huge. And this bird is like this big, and it's like this big around. It's like, and he's like, and it was insane. It's just, I mean, it was shocking, ladies and gentlemen. I was shook.
Yeah, that's insane. That sounds like crazy.
There was just so many things in this. Like, there was a chase between these two lizards. It was some intense ass chase on this big ass tree in this rainforest. And he gets to the end of this fucking branch, and there's like, they have nowhere to go. They must choose fight or death. And all of a sudden, he just jumps the fuck off and has fucking gliders.
What the fuck?
It was insane. He was just like, "Caw, motherfucker!" Like, and I was like, "Whoa,
whoa!"
Not expecting that. It was just like the whole thing throws you for a twist. Like, you get to see hawks fight like over carcasses and shit.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's actually like visually, it was amazing, and then every other aspect, it's amazing too. It's just intense, and I just want people to watch Planet Earth because there's some shit I've never seen on there. There's some shit I'm glad I see too. It's fucking lit.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is how we should just do this from now on.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast.
Welcome back to Attention.
All right, enough of that.
This is the start of our
This is
ASMR,
America.
our ASMR segment. Just like.
Oh, yes. Anyways, I want to talk about. I have a bunch of interesting topics on here today, and I wanted to talk about another light topic until we get into the.
Is it
shit.
Intel smart glasses?
It is not, but I did see those.
Yeah.
Did you want to talk about that?
They're just dope. Technology's dope.
They're okay. They're really cool. I don't want to say they're not, but it's like
I think it's like a cool
it's just cool
thing to start.
Yeah. I mean, Google Glass, whatever the fuck that is.
Well, yeah, these are more stylish.
Very true.
Yeah.
Google Glass was not stylish, but all I want is Tony Stark's glasses.
Yes.
That's what I want.
That was amazing.
He was just like, what am I looking at Friday?
All of a sudden turns
Goodbye,
into Donald
Squidward.
Glover.
Yeah, that's it. No. I want to talk about YouTube.
YouTube.
The place we're on. Actually, I have a question. When's the last time you uploaded this to SoundCloud?
Oh, it's been so long. When I found out that they only did the 3 hour shit, I only posted like 2 more times and was like, all right. It doesn't like get much on SoundCloud. I'm trying to get it on like on a podcast hosting website, so we can put it on iTunes and shit. And
you see the crazy difference in sound?
yeah, I just I like to hear myself.
I can hear myself just fine.
I can't. Well, I can. Okay, I can, but like at the same time, I don't know.
You're so much louder than me all the time.
Yeah, maybe that's why last week was so fucked up. Maybe you just need to be closer.
We can look back on every other podcast and be like, okay, the voice difference was you could hear Charlie, you could really hear Willie.
Yeah, I'm just so used to like being so close from rapping, just being like,
oh, is that what you do in your free time?
yeah. So just being like, my perception is perfection. My music's got you perplexing. Because you gotta be like this close to get good ass sound for like a song. Not this close, holy shit. But I'm like this. I'm like this close when I do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I want to talk about YouTube. I want to talk about our favorite channels or just YouTubers in general. Because I was like, I've never asked Willie that.
That's a good.
Yeah.
That's a good topic.
I mean, I'm a pretty smart dude, I guess.
I assume. I don't know what your favorite would be, actually.
That's a good question.
Yeah. That's a good question.
What's your favorite? Do you think?
My favorite?
If you can't think of one, you can think of two.
The ones that I follow the most are probably fucking Cody Ko and Noel Miller. Those are probably my favorite channels on YouTube, at least right now.
Solid choice.
Yeah, that's like, I just follow them. Like,
I mean, they're great.
Insane.
I try to watch every video they put out.
Yeah, me too.
Definitely top for me is Philip DeFranco.
Mhm.
I've been
That's
watching
what I
him
assumed.
borderline religiously for 10 years.
Yeah.
That's not 10 years. It's like 5.
And Logan Paul.
I really like Jake Paul's new stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
he's changed.
He's changed a lot.
He's changed so much. What is this?
There's some other ones I can get into. Like, have you ever watched The Hacksmith?
No.
Oh man, it's dope.
Is it Crazy Russian Hacker, but not Russian?
No, hacks. I don't know why they're called Hacksmith, but because they don't do hacks. But like this dude, you actually might have. I don't know if you watched it with me. He made like a real life lightsaber.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Yeah, where you made the heating coil.
Mm-hmm.
And then he makes like he's been in the process for like the past year of making Iron Man boosters, like to fly like Iron Man.
Okay. That's my type of dude right there.
It's sweet, dude. The first thing I saw of him was he made like an electromagnet. Actually, that might be what it's called.
What was it?
The Captain America shield. And he
I think it was just magnetic.
yeah, it was magnetic.
I
yeah.
did see that.
Yeah.
I saw that too.
Yeah,
That was
his
like a little
channel's
thing.
dope.
I think I saw that from Philip DeFranco. He was like, "Today in Awesome,
Yeah.
we got this video from this guy about doing a thing."
Yeah,
And that
his
was it.
videos are awesome. And then I watched this other dude.
Other dude.
Why am I
Cosplay
forgetting-
Chris.
Oh my gosh, he's a big one for me. I don't know why. No, he's my favorite on YouTube. Cosplay
Even
Chris,
more
by
than-
far. Yes,
Tiny Me Gang?
yes, by
Damn,
far.
dog.
I love Cosplay Chris.
He's crazy as fuck.
Really?
I can't watch him.
I love him.
I can watch him like maybe never. He's cringy.
I love him.
I'm not a big cosplay guy,
Yeah.
even though I've fucking done it
Well,
once.
his whole thing is like cosplay and figures and stuff, and you're not about like that shit. So
True.
I'm about that shit though, and it's fucking dope. Like the shit. What I really like that he does is he does this thing called custom collectibles, which
Oh, that's right.
he
I
just
know
like
what you're talking about.
wants.
That is sick.
It's fucking so dope. I'm like, holy shit, and just seeing the minimal amount of
Did you just unplug that?
yeah, plug it back in. No, this.
Okay. I was like, what the fuck, dude? I was like, what? No. Go ahead. What is that it does?
But like just seeing how little shit that you have to do to make something look like that much better, it's just like
So what does he do
I
with
never
this
would have thought
segment?
of it. So he goes to like Walmart and he says that he just like walks around or whatever, or he finds like a toy that you would see that's like, oh, that's a crappy looking toy. Like
Like most.
yeah, like that's a shitty looking toy. But like what he finds are the toys with like the really good detail, like molded into them, and then he takes them and he like repaints them, or he does like some shit and makes them look like what he says is he takes a $20 toy and makes it look $300, like worth $300, and that's exactly what
And he does that.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the
Very well.
TIE Fighter one
Oh,
and the Batman figure one, the armored one that you
Mhm.
tried to do. Tried and failed. That is.
I didn't fail. I just stopped.
Just kidding.
I just stopped.
You're like, I didn't fail.
I didn't fail, dude.
Stop, dude.
I just stopped.
I didn't want to do it anymore.
No, but the TIE Fighter one I think is my favorite.
That was amazing.
It's fucking so
Does he
sick.
do? Did he do like the helmets as well, or is that someone else? Because I think I saw someone else.
the helmets?
Nah, that was someone else. Just kidding. There's a dude who does that with helmets.
He does it with
Well, it was
everything.
a different guy.
Oh yeah.
He did it with the helmet I got, the X-wing helmet.
Yeah. I think Cosplay Chris did too.
This guy's bald.
But I know who
has
you're talking
kids.
about. I know who you're talking about.
I'm dying. But I'd probably have to say my second favorite channel being probably Cody or Noah Miller,
Mhm.
and then probably Cody Co. But aside from Tiny Meat Gang, my second favorite channel would be Eckhart's Ladder, which is that shit you see me watching all the time
Oh,
about spaceships and shit.
yeah.
Yeah. It's super
my
nerdy
thing.
Star Wars stuff.
Not my thing.
No, but he always has really dope ass music. That's something I could say that everyone will love from him. He's got some sick ass tunes on there. Sequoia's always like, I hate those videos, but what the fuck is that music?
What
So I
the
need to
fuck
hear
is
that.
music?
That's our like go-to background music now. It's really good.
Your go-to like.
No,
I'm just
that's
kidding.
that's not me. That's you, dude.
What?
You play music according to your previous roommates. That's what Joel told me.
Oh,
He was like, yeah,
No,
every time Willie's girlfriend would come over, they'd have sex. They would just blare music really loud. And like, wow, we know what you're doing, dude. Shit had me rolling.
back then, I don't know what my fucking thing was. Like, I was like, I don't want people to hear me.
Well, I mean, no one really wants that.
Now I'm like,
Especially, now you're like, let him hear.
now I'm like, I just don't care. Like when we lived together and I had my girlfriend over all the time, it'd just be like,
Just
be like,
cover her
alright,
face with
just,
a pillow.
just trying to be quiet. Just trying to be a little quiet. And I remember when you weren't there, I'd want to be like loud, but like we were so used to you being there that it was just like I'm like,
Well, we don't have premarital sex though.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
no,
That'd
no,
be a sinner,
no,
sinner
no,
move right there.
no. Oh fuck.
You're like shit.
Shit.
My grandma might see this.
Mom. Nah, my mom doesn't watch this shit. She can't figure out YouTube.
My mom will watch this and she'll be like, "My son's an angel. My son's an angel."
Your mom will call you and be like, Charlie,
When's the last time you were baptized? Because we need to do that again. No, I'm just kidding. That'd be funny though. Shit. What did I just fucking? I deleted my notes, but that's okay. We only had one more to do. But Eckhart Slater, he does like starships from fictional universes and compares them and goes into detail about them and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun for me to watch. But Philip DeFranco definitely reigns supreme in my mind. I go to him for news, comedy.
that was weird.
Oh, you fucked up now, boy.
I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Are you?
No, I'm not fucking with it.
You weren't really?
Yeah, I wasn't fucking with it.
Shit,
Actually,
man.
I think I pushed it out a little bit. I put it back and now we're good.
Boy.
Sorry, guys.
Whoops. Sorry for the.
But
Philly D's great.
yeah, Philly D.
And I think
I
people
watch him.
honestly should watch. He has like 7 million subscribers,
It's
which is
like-
still a lot, but
It's really good if you want to keep up with the world in a brief way, and also like if you want
impartial.
to know what's going on, and it's not like at all biased. Not
And
I wouldn't say at all, but like
He gives his opinion, but he
Mhm.
makes sure to say it in the most unbiased manner. he
yeah, which is
possibly
what
can.
I love that about Philly D. I
Philly
was
D?
to say Philip. I love that about Philip, dude.
Philip DeFranco.
Yeah, it'd just be weird just to say Philip.
Philip DeFranco.
Just like, yeah, I love that about my ex's brother.
Philip Lowry.
No.
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 But do you remember like the first YouTube experience you had?
Yes.
Take it away, Penny.
Charlie bit my finger.
Ah, shit. You know what mine was?
What?
Charlie the Unicorn.
Oh, damn. Very close.
A lot of Charlie
Very
shit.
close to the same.
In the
shit.
early days of YouTube, my name reigned supreme. Like
Yeah.
it was like everybody with the name Charlie was just like, yeah.
But yeah, Charlie bit my finger was my first, and then the retarded policeman. You don't remember that?
No, I have no idea.
Oh man,
What is it? What is
It
it?
was amazing.
But you can't say retarded anymore.
Well, that's what it was. It was what it was called.
I'm
Okay?
just kidding.
But it was this Down syndrome guy who was just like a police guy, and he had like his his intro was like him dancing, and then it'd be like, "'Cause I'm the retarded policeman," and then
I've never seen
it'd
that.
come up in like handwritten, like fucked up, like it was
Like
so
chalk, like-
funny. No, it was like as if it was like a pen, like it was just like and all fucked up. So funny.
And then it would light up like neon, like the 90s.
But he just like go up to people and like do weird shit. Like specifically remember one where he did like a traffic stop, I think, or he
Yeah.
just walked up to someone that was black and he was being incredibly racist, just because. Like I don't know.
Because he had Down syndrome, you can't really judge.
Yeah, exactly. And it just was like so funny. And then another one was damn. Oh, the Tourette's guy. That's what it was. You don't remember that guy? He's a big one. He's a pretty big one. He'd like just like fucking go off and like destroy shit because he had Tourette's.
That is he the guy? With
Yeah. with the
That's
neck.
him.
Yeah.
You know, I never saw him on YouTube. I saw him like way after in Vines. It's like fuck.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's another big one.
Smosh was huge.
I didn't really get into Smosh or really know about Smosh till I was in like 7th grade.
Yeah, my sister was in it. And not in it. Oh boy, my sister was into it, and she also introduced me to F&D Films, which I think is much better than Smosh. No offense to Smosh or Smosh lovers. Smosh is still great, but F&D Films is much higher quality, much much more clever. That's the cheer uppers that I showed you. Remember when he was like,
Yeah.
they have so many.
But one
Gay Zombie was my favorite.
one that we found
One
out
of them.
about just this past year that I wish I had known about this whole time.
Did I also find out about
Yes, we learned about it the exact same time.
it? Oh, okay.
Good Neighbor stuff. I wish
Good
I had
Neighbor,
known
yeah.
about them when they were big
Same.
because they
Same.
are amazing.
Don't even fib yourself.
Don't even fib yourself.
Don't even fib
They're
yourself.
like all their videos are just like
They're really funny. It's super clever.
I'm like holy shit.
Really in depth too.
And the one dude's on SNL now.
Hello, is it Jarrito? Brought to you by.
Did you ever watch
Jerry's.
Make Me Bad 35?
Sounds very familiar. But I don't
Oh
know.
man, he
What-
was great. He was one of my first experiences on YouTube. Like when I really got into YouTube, he was like, it's a big one for me.
What did?
So he used to do this thing called. First thing I saw of him was called like Jimmy's Vlog. But it was called Jimmy's Vlog, and it was like, he was just like, I don't really know. It was just weird. Like the first video I saw, he was like chasing around this girl and like fucking with her.
Fred. Sorry,
I think it was similar to Fred at the time, but
I just thought.
But have you ever seen the Homosexual Ghost?
I think, but if I did, it was like a Vine. It wasn't like.
Oh man, because I was making me bad, and it was really funny.
Fred was big. Did you watch Fred?
Yeah,
I actually watched a
unfortunately.
lot of Fred.
Yeah, I did too.
I was into Fred
Unfortunately.
when it was like a thing.
I got into it until it was annoying. Like
That's my Fred.
yeah, and then once he got annoying, I was like, oh, okay. But then when they made the Fred movies, I got like back into it.
Dude, that was fucking dope.
I was like, fuck yeah! And then John Cena was in it. I
John
was like,
Cena was
"Fuck
his
yeah."
dad. That's fucking amazing. Dumb as shit.
Yeah.
I'm the teleporting back guy. Teleporting back guy. Remember that one? He stole his time glove from Neil Diamond. That's a Smosh thing.
Oh, okay.
For those of you at home
I didn't
who didn't
watch-
understand,
I didn't watch
I was
a lot
big
of
into
Smosh,
Smosh.
but I'd like compare them to people like Rent Link and
much
stuff
better
like
than
that.
Red Link. I don't like Red Link that much.
Yeah, I know you don't. I love Rent Link.
I
Love them.
they're
I always have.
like 1 out of like 30 videos they put up make me watch them. Like they're like good as fuck, and then the next 30 videos are gonna be fucking ass.
I hate
Like,
the
all
way.
right, spray me with Cheetos and light me on fire. I'll be a human fiery hot Cheeto. Fuck you. That is not entertainment. That's fucking like that's borderline like world-ending shit. That the Bible predicted this bullshit. Like
Yeah.
it's annoying. It's just super
Oh
annoying.
no, I like them. I
People
don't
are
like the way
oh
that they.
views.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't like
no.
the way that they put out their videos now because it used to all be like one block, like 10, 15-minute long video, and it'd be like
Yeah,
Good
good
Mythical Morning.
yeah.
And now it's like just one part of it, but they're all like 10 minutes long. But it's just like one segment of Good Mythical Morning. And I'm like, oh man, and they post like 4 a day or something like that. I'm like, but
They have like a fucking team. They have a
yeah,
whole fucking team.
yeah. I always think that's kind of a bit too much. You don't need the whole.
Yeah, if we had an editor, that'd be great.
Like that's
Like, that's all we
literally
would
we
need.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can handle everything else. We would just need an editor. That would make our life just easier. Then we could do a lot of shit, a lot more shit. But yeah, awkward pause number 426. Oh, that was terrible.
But Yeah, I just watch those people.
Yeah, I don't even.
Shane Dawson
don't
was
even-
big for me.
I hate Shane Dawson. I hated him then, and I double hate him now. 'Cause my girlfriend watches Shane Dawson now, and he has fucking cancer. Everything
Okay.
he's ever put out is cancer.
Back then, I enjoyed it. Now I do not.
Well, first of all,
then I
he's
did.
changed like a shit ton.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, anybody does fucking 10 to 5. 10 to a long ass time. People change.
Mm-hmm.
But, so it's understandable that he's changed, but I hated his shit then, and I hate his shit now. And it's so different. And I'm just like, oh, okay, I just don't like him.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter what shit he puts out. Oh, no. It's happening.
I don't know why that's happening.
I'm gonna buy 18 new cords.
Maybe your cable's fucking giving out.
My cable?
When I bought this, I should have got the thing that was like the step up, because the one that Cody and Noel use is literally fucking amazing. It has 2 of these, and then it has like, I think, it has like an audio input, so we could plug an aux cord in too.
They always fuck that shit up.
Yeah,
That's so
true.
funny. They never had any technical difficulties until they like got their ding ding pounds.
yeah.
They
But
just fuck shit up all the time.
but that would be amazing to have what they have, which is this thing, just
Just
a
the
bit,
next-
just the next
next
big
thing.
one. But it's $300.
Holy shit!
Oh,
How much was this?
fucking-
Like $70?
This was $100.
Wow,
This was
actually, that's like
$100.
surprisingly expensive.
Yeah, this was
For
$100.
what that is.
So, it was actually the cheapest at the time that I could find. So, but I plan on getting the bigger one, just because I'd go with like a different
You're
thing,
welcome.
like a different interface. But like I know how to use this. That's like my
very
biggest
simple.
thing. Yeah, I know how to use this.
Oh god,
And
it sounded like Eminem real quick. Just all around you, just for a
all
second.
around you.
Anyways,
What's your last topic?
what time are we at right
We're at 42 and a half.
now? All right, this is not enough time to cover this, but we're gonna talk about racism. We had an event happen on Facebook the other day. Shout out to D Shears.
God damn.
They put up a thing on Facebook, and I'll tell you exactly what it said. It said, "White people are so crazy." No, that's not exactly what
No,
it
it
said.
said white people will literally go out of their way. Not out of their way, but if you're walking, say, like it was like if white people were walking toward a black person, they will literally not move. They will expect the black person to move, or something like that.
It
That's
wasn't.
like what
it wasn't
was.
white to black. It was just anybody, but it was white people specifically.
It was posted by
A black person,
yeah.
correct.
I don't know why I'm doing that. That makes me seem a little more
I'm trying to
racist.
find it, but
And then after
might
I
have
say
deleted
what
it.
I said, then everyone's gonna think I'm like the fucking shittiest person in the world.
I mean,
Not really. I was seen as the most. I feel like a lot of people
Here it
saw
is.
me as like the most ignorant person on there, and I'm like,
No.
actually,
There was
hell
plenty.
no.
But even people who were like you, there was plenty more ignorant. No, the exact picture says, because I got it right here. It says white people really try to walk right into you, because they believe you have to move out of their way. You're insane, darling. That's what it said. And it has how many comments? Way too many. This thing has more than 100 comments on it.
Yeah, there's one comment that has like 400 like responses to it. It has like a
Probably
shit
not
ton.
There's one that has 22.
Oh my
I-
fuck!
I don't know what's wrong with. Fix it the Russian way. Crash it. 636 replies to one of them. Holy ass, dog.
Yeah,
Why?
I
How?
told you. Literally like
636?
yeah, it was Tyler Litz's comment.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I didn't even. Let's try. I already said these. Anyways, damn. This is like all Marysville trash,
Yeah.
and there's still 636 replies. That is the most I've seen in any
A
Marysville
lot
post.
of arguing.
Well,
that's like
no
all it
shit,
was.
Sherlock. basically they said white people really try to walk into you. Blah 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 blah. So a lot of people. First thing that was on there was, that's racist. I'm white and I don't behave like that. And I was the second person to comment. And I was like, I sure do. Beep beep motherfucker.
Beep, beep, motherfucker.
Because I thought that was fucking hilarious.
That was really funny.
And everybody else also thought it was hilarious. And then I added, I was like, the last time I experienced this was in high school. Haven't experienced it or seen it since then, but I don't doubt it happens, is what I said. And obviously, we have a rapist in Lincoln Park. I thought that was funny. Shit, it's trying to get me to reply to these bitches. So there was a lot of people who were mad because that post specifically is pointing out white people say that they're insane, essentially. Obviously not all white people, but the people who think they could just walk right into you. You ever had anyone do that to you?
Yes. I've had to do it after high school.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Wait.
Just like any time people just don't move. Like, if I,
Maybe it's because you look like a baby. You're like, shut up, dude.
no, I don't know why people move.
It's fucking crazy.
I try not to move.
You're like, if they come at me, I'm fucking taking them down.
Take
No,
them
the
down.
last time that happened to me was my senior year of high school. This kid who did not like me. We were in an empty ass hallway. I feel like I've told you this. Empty ass hallway.
And he was like,
And he fucking was on the other side of the hallway, got over in front of me, and fucking bumped my shoulder. And I was like, what the fuck?
who was it?
I don't want to say.
You don't have to say, just say initials.
Shit, I don't remember his name.
Oh, okay. Well,
Do you remember me telling you about the story in health class where I sneezed? He called me Spaz. And I fucking screamed in his face.
Yes.
I sneezed.
I don't remember who that was, though, but I do remember.
He's
MK?
K.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah!
That's who I thought.
That's
That's who I was thinking.
Anyways, that was a fun time. I would have beat that boy's ass. Anyways, last time that happened to me. So everybody, obviously, the first fucking comment was, "That's racist. I'm white and I don't behave like that." And then there was a bunch of other people. And so we're gonna talk about, is that racist? All right, now you in post production, you edit in a thing. That's like, is that racist? And then the flashlight. Is that's
It-
racist. Or is that reverse racist?
That doesn't make sense. That's
I want to talk about.
I just
Go ahead.
So I didn't comment. I was trying not to comment until that one. There was some chick who was white. Who was like, white people suck. That's not what she said, but it was something like really stupid and ignorant, which is like,
Wait. What did she say?
I don't know. I don't remember what she said.
No, I mean like.
It was like just a comment against white people, and she
Oh.
was like also white. And it's
Oh,
like,
that girl. Okay.
yeah. And I was just like, listen, like fucking calm your shit.
She was.
I don't even know what I
ridiculous,
said.
dude.
What did I say?
I don't remember.
I want to know. I wish I had my phone.
wanna know.
Hold on, I can find it.
I want to know. I mean, I got it up here.
No,
Okay.
I can find it.
But I was just asking you, do you think it's racist or not?
It depends. Like, what does the comment say exactly?
Not the comments. The post.
The post exactly.
It says,
That's what I meant.
white people will really try to walk into you because they believe you have to move out of their way. You're insane, darling.
See, here's the thing. It's racist if you say white people. I think.
So you're saying that's racist?
Yes. If you
Okay.
single it out like that, yes. If you just said like people, then it's like okay.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, obviously it's not.
If you
racist.
add race into it, a blanket ass statement and a negative connotation, racist. But there was people saying it wasn't, and there were people saying it was. Now the biggest thing that got me was D, the person who put it up, said it.
fucked
And-
everyone up.
Oh, I mean, it fucked me up. Basically,
There's a rapist.
they were just like, after, I mean, everybody's arguing. All these white people are commenting on their stuff, saying, you know, this is racist, you're racist, or they're saying, black people can't be racist, this isn't racist.
That's what pissed me off. That is
So
what.
D
okay.
said, I wish more of the non-shitty white people would call out call white on black racism as quick as they are to call black on white racism, maybe I wouldn't feel the way I do. And then they said, y'all tripping and I'm getting annoyed. So that was a very solid point. In fact, kind of really, obviously they understand that this is racist.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were like, all right, they wish that people would call white on black racism as quick as they do black on white racism.
Mm-hmm.
Because when, which I have definitely noticed every time, at least in my sphere of influence, when a black person is racist to a white person, that's called out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it is obviously the opposite way, but it has a bigger reaction. Obviously it's not like as deep a reaction. I should say obviously, because it's usually not as deep as a reaction. But there is a bigger reaction to black on white racism, I think. Because there's always people who are like, see, if this was a black or a white person saying this to a black person, it'd be insane. There's always someone who says that.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, granted, a solid point. But this is really starting to fuck.
Yeah.
So I'm just not going to move for the rest of the fucking thing. But, did I just get louder? You're like,
I don't know what the fuck's going on.
I can't even like mimic what you did, dude. That was crazy. But there's always that person who says it, and it'll be a conversation between these two white guys, and they'll be talking about how they hate black people, or that rarely happens, but they'll say something like racist,
Mm-hmm.
and it won't be called out. I won't call it out. Somebody else won't call it out, etc. And mostly because you don't want that awkward, like, it's just two people. like that's super fucking awkward. If you're just be like, shut the fuck up. Like,
Yeah.
I'll say, actually, I do quite a bit. Be like, that's pretty fucking racist.
Yeah.
Like, I say that all the
same.
time. But a lot of times, there's a lot of situations where I wouldn't say that.
Mm-hmm.
And
So the first thing that I commented, it was just supposed to be a joke, but people took it seriously. I said, I feel like if I sneeze, somehow I did it against black people. 2018 is great. And it's just a joke. That's all it was meant to be. Then someone's like, yeah, you should fix your breathing. Stay in your own mayo packet. I'm like,
that's a big thing that's been coming out recently.
what the fuck?
And that's fucking racist as shit.
Yeah, and then somebody
Like, I
posted,
like mayonnaise. Fuck you guys.
somebody posted like a picture that just says, say you're anti-black and move on. I was like,
Anti-black. Holy shit.
what?
That's such cancer.
And then what pissed me off was some girl saying, oh wow, imagine that comment section of white people telling a black woman how she feels is wrong. You don't experience the same negative ass thing she does. The comments from the white people are ignorant as fuck. Stop crying and getting hurt because the behavior literally proves you are like the white people you claim not to be like. It isn't a personal attack, and if you see it as such, that means you probably feel that way and have a shitty trait to work on. This girl is white, telling other people that you don't experience the same negative shit that black people do. And it's like, you don't. You're talking to yourself, woman.
I get that.
It's
She
just
did
like-
have a fair point, I think.
Yeah, no, I think so too. But I was just like, I just made the point. I was like, grouping anybody as white people or black people is
Mhm,
ignorant and racist. That's most of people's point. Me personally, I don't judge because of color, gender, or sexual orientation. Those things aren't what make a person who they are. So long story short is people should not be grouped as a whole. That's all I said. Then they like freaked out on me.
Yeah, that's.
It's just
And
like-
there was a lot of people who were ignorant as shit.
And then even D
this
like
thing.
tagged me, calling me ignorant in a post. I was like, what the fuck?
I just don't. I'm not a big fan of this reverse reverse
Ah.
racism, because that is just a made up term.
Reverse racism.
If
That
you look
doesn't
up
exist.
the Google definition, now I think the Webster definition is different, which I do not agree with the Webster definition. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, they
But the
say,
Google
like,
definition is prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against someone of a different race based on the belief that one's own race is superior. Now, I believe the Webster definition says specifically to black people, which is retarded, because that is not the only race. Or it might just say to minorities, which is also retarded, because minorities aren't the only race, obviously.
Yeah.
There's one other race there. But yeah, no. Webster definition is a belief that race is the primary determinant of human traits and capacities, and that racial differences produce an inherent superiority of a particular race. Wow. Okay, that changed since the last time we looked at it, because we looked at it and
Because
it
used to
specifically
say,
said,
yeah, it used to specifically say,
which
that.
I was like, what? And the same thing with sexism. It was like particularly against women. It cannot be against fucking men, which is not what it said. It said particularly against women, which made it like it's more solid if it's against women. It's more sexist, which is not true.
My thing is, it's like racism is the hate of a race. It's just me. I mean, I guess, but
so you're hating on a race?
No, but it's like, so if you hate white people, you're racist. If you hate black people, you're racist. If you hate fucking Mexicans, you're racist. If you hate Indians, fucking you name it, you're racist. Like if you're singling out a race, you.
Well, I don't know about Indians. I mean, they're kind of just kidding.
I mean, I'd say like Canadians. You can probably get by with hating them. Just kidding.
That's not a race. Canada ain't no race, boy.
Okay, whether you're fucking black, white, purple, fucking whatever, you're racist.
I don't see color. No, I think in a large majority of white people who aren't racist, or at least don't view themselves as racist, which is probably the majority of white people, who have racial bias or tendencies to be a little racist here and there.
I mean,
just
I joke
little
about
ways. Yeah, I mean, comedy
Yeah.
is one place where it's fine.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Now, that is an opinion, but in my wholehearted opinion, I believe comedy is fine. Just like I can joke about 9/11 or the Holocaust. It's fine. But I think there's like three types of people. People who aren't racist, people who are, and people who say they aren't racist. People who say they aren't racist aren't necessarily full-on spectrum hate people, but they're like, oh, I'm not racist at all. Like, there's this one girl who's like, this post is ignorant as fuck. Which, granted, I mean, it kind of is. I kind of agree with that. But then she goes on to just be fucking racist in these comments.
Mm-hmm.
My mind's on comics, as usual. And I mean, she's being just fucking ridiculous. I mean, and then people are being mean to her because it looks like she smokes meth, but whatever. And I think...
Oh, is that the girl that they posted like her
I believe so.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I believe so. And I believe the people who aren't racist and the people who say they aren't racist, because those people are closer together than the people who literally just aren't racist and dwell on that. I think they're tired of seeing, because racism exists in today's age. Duh. And it probably will exist for a long time, unfortunately. But I think the people who aren't racist or say they aren't, or view themselves as not racist, are tired of being portrayed in the same group as people who are blatantly racist, just because of our skin color, which in itself is racist. Obviously. The mayonnaise packet, like the mayonnaise, what is it?
Mayo packet.
Yeah, there was something else. It was like...
Lips? The lips thing?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
The same chick was talking about how white people have small lips, which I'm like, have you seen it?
That's fucking racist as shit.
Yeah, I know.
It's
like,
just like... See, I'm doing it again, because that's where my mind always jumps. Not specifically in racist situations, but in all situations like that, where it's unfair.
Yeah.
My mind always jumps to like, well, what if this was that? You know, so if a white dude was like, oh, black people got big lips. Fucking racist. Same thing. I don't understand how people don't see that. And I get that there's a heavier note because one race in particularly was enslaved for a long time. And that kind of gets me on my next point of white privilege and white guilt. And I personally believe in white privilege to an extent. I do not believe in white guilt for obvious reasons. I did not have slaves, so I don't feel guilty about it. It's sad that it happened, obviously. It's sad that white Irishmen were enslaved for years and years and years and treated like shit as well. But I didn't do that to them either, so I don't feel guilty about that either. Stop. But I personally believe white privilege exists. Am I experiencing white privilege? I believe I have. Probably many times.
Think so?
Yeah, definitely. There was a time where I got pulled over, And I was polite, which is the first thing. That is, you can choose to be polite or not. That'll
Okay.
probably be a big impact on what happens in an event with cops. But I was wearing a button-up shirt, khakis. I had my girlfriend with me. I was in a new to me, Honda Civic, and my tags were expired. And I was going to the zoo, and I looked all nice. And I get pulled over, and he comes around, and he's like, basically, your tags are expired. Or no, he stopped me because I was speeding. I was going 10 over, which I didn't realize. And because it was a 45, I was going 55. And so he's like, hey, you were speeding. And I was like, oh, damn. And he was like, walked away, came back. He was going to write me a ticket. And he walked away, came back. And he was like, oh, I noticed your tags are expired too. And I was like, oh, damn. And he was like, okay, I'll be right back. Goes to write me a ticket for that too. Comes back and is like, actually, these tags are registered to a different car. I have to impound the car. And I was like, shit ass. And I was respectful as fuck the whole time. And basically, after like 3 minutes of more deliberation, I guess, he comes back and he's like, I'm going to let you go. I looked you up. You have nothing. You're fine. You're dressed nice. He literally said that. He was like, you look nice. You look ready to go. But what I'm going to need you to do is just go straight home. And in the morning, go to the BMV, get your tags. Make sure, call wherever you got the car from to make sure they got that transferred. And I was like, oh, okay. All right, cool, officer. And he was cool. And I left, and I was respectful, and I think that's the majority of the reason why he let me off the hook. But there were 3 things there. There was the tags, there was speeding, and there was they weren't registered to my car. And that's a lot of shit. And I could have got a lot done, and I didn't have anything done. And I feel like that was a part of it. That situation just would have been different, I think. If I was a black man or a black woman. I honestly think that would have been... I mean, do I think they would have got impounded, shot, anything crazy? No. But I do think it would have been a little different. Just the way the guy acted and how it occurred, it just really felt like it would have been.
That sounds like one of them situations.
So, I mean, I don't experience white privilege and I don't get plantation money, which is what someone said on that Facebook comment. Someone was like, all of you white people and your plantation money. It was a white person who said this. I think it was a gay white dude who was on there. It was like, all you guys with your plantation money, you don't know what it's like. You make 10 times the amount of an average black man. And I was like, hold the fuck up. I've lived in a shitty ass apartment for 2 years supporting myself doing what now? I didn't know I had all this plantation money. I wish I would have fucking known that before.
Yeah.
Like, what? First of all, my family came in the 60s. At least half my family. I don't know.
That's what like really bothers me is people like perceive white privilege as like we have everything. It's like, you know how hard I've had to work since I was fucking 18 years old.
Yeah. When did you live on your own? How old were you?
18.
Oh, I was considering the van thing.
18.
You were 18?
Yeah, I turned 18 that year. I was 18. Yeah.
Same. I moved out when I was 18 too. I had a lot of support, but I did not have people giving me free shit, except for my car that I got completely for free.
I don't have that.
Yeah. So I've had to work real fucking hard too. Some of us work harder than others. We get it, Willie.
So I was just saying.
He's like, I'm just saying. But it's really sad because you see this divide was there. It's always been there. Mm-hmm. But like when Donald Trump became president, we've talked about that a million times. It increased the gap because just everybody was like, oh shit, let's come out as racist, and then let's come out as also racist against white people now because there's a white person in power who's also racist. And it's like, it's really sad because to assume that a white person is racist in of itself, and to assume a black person is anything less than you are is racist. So it's like it's rough. It's rough.
Yeah. We gotta wrap this up because I'm expecting.
We don't. You're expecting? Did your water break? Shit. I just wanted to lay down some solid points, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we'll talk about this again. It comes up a lot.
It does. It's unfortunate. It comes up quite a bit. But ending on that serious note, if you watched up till this point, go ahead and share it with anybody and everybody you can. If you have any buddies who you work with, etc., share it with them. If you enjoyed it, don't share it with them.
If you think you don't have time to watch the podcast, you made it this far on this one, just watch, you can play it as you drive to work, as you do whatever you do that you don't listen to things.
Yeah, if you're at the gym and for some odd reason you're not listening to music, listen to the podcast.
Yeah. Or you're like, I know it's summer, but you're at home studying for your fucking college shit because you're looking for a piece of paper. Then it's like just listen to the podcast.
That happens to me all the time.
It's a good time.
No, if you're cleaning a room, you need background noise, put us on. We're cringy.
We're cringy. We try to be entertaining. So
welcome back to the Cringecast, everybody.
So hit like, subscribe if you haven't, and share it with I'd say everyone you know.
And please leave a comment if you made it this far and say, "Yep." So we'll see you guys next week. We're fighting the good fight, or what we perceive as a good fight. So you guys have a good night.
Love ya.